Welcome to the Book Hackers Podcast. I'm Cindy Minear.
I'm Tammie Chrin, and we are the co-founders of the Book Hackers Club. If you're listening to this, you probably are a self-publisher who is ready to grow your business, and that's exactly why we're here. What is a book hacker, you ask? A book hacker is a self-publisher who is growing their business by creating books that provide value for their target audience while building a sustainable business.
We'll cover marketing, branding, sales, and everything in between. If you're ready to fast-track the growth of your self-publishing business, you've come to the right place. Our goal is simple: to help you think and act like an entrepreneur. Every Thursday, we'll share tips and resources designed to help you master all aspects of your self-publishing business while having fun along the way.
Ready? Let's start. Welcome to the Book Hackers Show. What is a book hacker? A book hacker is a self-publisher who is growing their business by creating books that provide value for their target audience while building a sustainable business. I'm Tammie Chrin.
And I'm Cindy Minear, your host of the Book Hacker Show. And today we're talking about what you can and can't change after you publish your book. Let's get started.
We see this question all the time related to this topic. And a lot of people assume you can't change anything after you've published your book, but that is not the case. Let's walk through each of the pages on KDP you fill out to publish your book. The first page is the paperback details page, which starts with language. This is one of the book's details that you cannot change. Most people would never want to change this, so it really isn't an issue.
Next up is the book title and subtitle. These also cannot be changed after your book is published, so be sure to double check both of these before you publish your book. I like to keep all of my book data in a spreadsheet so I can just cut and paste it so I know that I'm going to get it right. Came to this after having problems with it not being right.
So, we all been there.
So just a little tip, maybe keep it in a spreadsheet so you don't have to worry about having a typo in it.
Yep. That's happened to all of us.
Yeah, I know. You'd think you wouldn't do it, but it happens. It happens to everybody. The book title section is followed by series. This is something that you can change after your book is published, but low content books, if we're talking about them, are never in a series. So this isn't something that you would ever be using. But if you're doing ebooks or novels or anything like that, you can publish the first book in a series and then go later and publish the second book and then come back and add the first book to the series. So now you have two books in the series. So this allows you to publish the first book and then turn it into a series later if you want to.
Yeah, that's a good tip right there, because we don't really deal with that as much, but that is something if someone is putting a series together, it's good to know. So after the series edition is the edition number. This is one of the book details you cannot change after you publish your book. So you cannot change this. That is followed by the author, which you can also not change after you publish your book. You can, however, change the contributors later. Next up is the description, which you can change after the book is published.
Yeah, that's a good point, and something that you should think about doing if your book isn't selling well. Maybe look at your description and beef it up a little bit and make it better. You know, that's one of the things you can play with to try to get more book sales.
Yeah.
After the description is the publishing rights, which you also can't change after your book is published. What you can change, the categories, and whether or not it's a large print book, and whether or not it contains adult content. So these are all things that you can go back later. And as far as the categories go, I wouldn't bother changing it in the book listing there. Instead, I would go through the KDP help pages and email them a list of the categories you want to add your book to. I think that's probably going to be the better route for that for everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. But you cannot change the low content classification after your book is published. That's something relatively new that has been added by KDP. These types of books are things such as journals, planners, anything with pages that repeat. They've created this new low content category, but it doesn't include things like puzzle books, which we kind of would include when we're talking about low content books. So just keep that in mind, that you can't change that later on.
They do give the description, but it is sort of vague what the low content classification is.
Yeah, it can be confusing. And that finishes up the paperback details page. Do you want to go over the paperback content page, Tammie?
Sure. So the first item on the paperback content page is the print ISBN section. You cannot change the ISBN or the imprint name after you have published your book. You also can't change the publication date, ink, and paper type or trim size of your book. However, you can change the bleed settings and the cover finish. And one of the great features of KDP is how easy it is to update the interior and the cover pages. That one gets talked about a lot where people are asking that question, can I update something, change? That's why we're going through all of these pieces. There's certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. So just upload new ones on this page and submit your book to change both of these. That's everything on the paperback detail page. Can you go over the paperback right page, Cindy?
Of course. This is an easy one. You can change everything on this page, which includes the territories, primary marketplace, pricing, royalty, and distribution settings. It is important to be aware of what you can and can't change after you publish your book, so you don't make an error you can't correct without unpublishing your book and creating a new book listing. This wraps up everything you can and can't change when you publish your book.
Here's a quick recap of what we discussed in this episode. The following book attributes cannot be changed after your book is published: language, book title, subtitle, edition number, primary author name, low content book setting, the ISBN, the imprint name, publication date, ink, paper type, and trim size. Be sure to double check each of these items before publishing your book. Everything else can be changed, including the cover and the interior. In our next episode, we will talk about an app that can improve your productivity. And who doesn't need that?
Everyone.
We appreciate you. Yeah, exactly. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule and joining us.
If you like what we are sharing on the Book Hackers Show, join our Book Hackers Club, where we dive deeper into helping you build a strong and sustainable self-publishing business. Go to bookhackers.us, that's bookhackers.us, and join us every Thursday if you're ready to turn your self-publishing into a sustainable business. We would be very grateful if you would like, follow, share, and subscribe to the Book Hackers Show. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening. Join Cindy and Tammie each week for tips to help grow your self-publishing business. Don't forget to like and follow us on social media, as well as share with others who could benefit from our advice. Our website is bookhackers.us.